Look at this. English idiom and how to use them. Revised by R.C. Goffin, 3rd edition, Oxford University Press. Original author W. McMurray. Isn't it beautiful? Over 350, no, exactly 350, including index, pages of colloquials, of idioms, English usage, idioms, formal as well as informal, beautiful. Preface to the 3rd edition. The worldwide popularity gained by this book, I am not surprised, because it gained my interest, very special interest. Written originally for students of the subcontinent, how divided into India and Pakistan, and also the lapse of time since its first revision over 40 years ago, render a future revision necessary. First published by the Oxford University Press in 1909. Second edition, 1913, printed 21 times, and the 3rd edition, that is 1954, and 8th impression, not edition but impression, which I have in my hands, is from 1962. The structure of the book in its present edition remains unchanged. The first chapter has been brought into line with contemporary scholarship, and the appendix on the Bible has been made more comprehensive but less detailed. Future wherever called for, the examples have been modernized in style and broadened in subject matter to suit a wider circle of readers. There is even an introductory, the Indo-European family of languages, sources of the English language, on the study of English idioms generally. Chapter 2, contraction of words, recognized contractions, interrogative forms, yes or no, in reply to negative questions. Chapter 3, particular words and peculiar idiomatic meanings. Shall and will, should and would, may, must, ought, worth, do, become, call, clear, draw, drive, write, fall, fear, hope, get, live and left, let, look, mark, propose, run, sing, take, touch, turn, used, some, no, excuse me, it's from German, some neuter verbs, brass, fellows, habit, opportunity, the word, dead, good, hard, high, idle, lame, poor, sorry, adjectives used as nouns, what, one, some negatives, positive adjectives, it, there, to, when and then, where, equals and there, and many more. Chapter 4. Idiomatic phrases formed of an adjective and a noun. Idiomatic noun phrases. Pairs of adjectives and of nouns. Generalized noun phrases. Chapter 5. Idiomatic commonplace comparisons. Chapter 6. Verbs and nouns which idiomatically go together. Verbs denoting the cries of animals. Transitive verbs and nouns they govern. Explanation of some phrases into which transitive verbs enter. Chapter 7. Idiomatic adjective phrases composed of an adjective or participle and an appropriate preposition. Prepositions idiomatically following adjectives. 8. The idiomatic prepositional phrases. Prepositions and nouns, they govern explanations of some expressions into which prepositions enter. Phrase prepositions. Particular usages of some prepositions. Adverbial phrases. Verbs followed idiomatically by prepositions. Prepositional or phrase verbs. Phrase verbs made up of a simple verb and the preposition of adverb. Idiomatic verbal phrases having the verb to be. Explanations of such phrases. Chapter 11. Groups of idiomatic expressions, phrases about money, translations, letters, and the post office, warfare, clocks and watches, expressions of time, scenes before I go, about, sight, the sea, shore, ships, fire, lights, candles, half, death, national names. Chapter 12. Groups of idioms with certain verbs. Break, carry, cast, catch, come, cut, do, fall, get, give, go, have, hold, keep, lay, make, lie, pat, set, stand, take, throw, turn. Chapter 13. Miscellaneous idiomatic expressions. And the appendix, the English Bible. The Bible itself, Bible names, Bible phrases. This book is just extraordinary. As the eminent German linguist Grimm in his work on the origin of language noted, English possesses a veritable power of expression such as perhaps never stood at the command of any other language of man. Its highly spiritual genius and wonderfully happy development and condition have resulted from a surprisingly intimate union of the two noblest languages in modern Europe, the Teutonic and the Romance. It is well known in what relation these two stand to one another in the English tongue, the former supplying in far larger proportion of the material groundwork, the latter in the spiritual conceptions. In truth, the English language, which by no mere accident has produced and upborne the greatest and most predominant poet of modern times, as distinguished from the ancient classical poetry, I can, of course, only mean Shakespeare, may with all right be called a world language. In wealth, good sense, and closeness of structure, no other of the languages at this day spoken deserves to be compared with it. Maybe it's a little exaggeration, but the sole sound of these words, of the Grimm's sentences, it really sums up English very well. Behold, but I've got more. It's a little different, but it's still the same. And this is fourth edition, revised by Jennifer Seidel, printed in 1978, reprinted in the same year, yes. It's a little different. And there is no Bible appendix no more. Yeah, there is no more. This book I recommend it for each student at the intermediate and higher level of English development to brush up one's English. It's very appropriate at the intermediate or upper intermediate or even advanced level. And it's never too late or never too high. One is never too high to use this extraordinary dictionary of English idioms. It's more than a dictionary, it's just like a Bible of idioms. It has, of course, its more updated edition, the 5th edition. As well as I know, it is the most updated edition there is on the market. It's from 1988. It has been printed by Polish scientific publishers, more like state publishers, national publishers, but whatever. 2 years later, in 1990, and the structure is a little different, but it has more updated idioms, more simplistic terms. No. Definition, but it's as well good as the others. I think that's all for today. You may also use that one thing. I know those exercises are a little old, but I prefer old sometimes more than new ones. The book is I like the look of the old books. It's from 1961. Colloquial idiom, a practical guide to colloquial idiom by Longmans, and it doesn't matter. Longmans and Oxford's publishers are as well comparatively good. Thank you very much, and nighty night.